Hello, my name is Gosia Gawęcka. This presentation explores learning theories. Watch to learn how to maximize your skill acquisition using science-based tools. This presentation covers 6 learning theories. I will present each theory's founders, key ideas, and practical tips on how to apply them to your studies. Behaviorism argues that learning is a change in behavior caused by external stimuli. Its core principles were established by Ivan Pavlov and Skinner. Ivan Pavlov pioneered classical conditioning, which is learning by association, where a neutral stimulus becomes linked to a response through repeated pairing. Skinner developed operant conditioning, which is learning through consequences, meaning behaviors followed by rewards are reinforced, while those followed by punishment decrease. Behaviorism views learning simply as a change in behavior, focusing strictly on stimulus and response. However, it completely ignores the internal mind, missing how we think, stay motivated, or find meaning. To test this yourself, design a week-long reward system, set daily study targets, give yourself a small reward for each win, and track your progress. After 5 days, reflect on whether this external incentive actually boosted your motivation. Cognitivism looks inside the mind, comparing the brain to a computer that acquires, organizes, and retrieves information. Jean Piaget showed that we construct this knowledge in distinct stage-based ways using mental frameworks called schemas. Jerome Bruner expanded on this, proving that language and culture shape our thinking while championing discovery learning, where learners actively uncover facts for themselves in spiral curriculum. Cognitivism, as information processing, relies on schemas, mental frameworks used to connect new data to existing knowledge, and Bloom's taxonomy, which guides learning from basic memorization to deep creative analysis. To study like a cognitivist, avoid passive copying. Instead, activate your prior knowledge, chunk information into small groups to reduce cognitive load, and use mind maps to organize concepts visually. Try this. Map out a topic you are currently studying to see how the ideas connect, and write a 3 sentence summary in your own words, and then check your original notes to see what connections your brain missed the first time. Constructivism, building meaning. Constructivism argues that we do not passively receive knowledge, but we actively build it by connecting new experiences to what we already know. It is a deeply personal process of making meaning out of the world. Lev Vygotsky expanded this into social constructivism, proving that learning is fundamentally social and thrives through interaction, collaboration, and meaningful dialogue with others. Lev Vygotsky's social constructivism proves that learning is fundamentally social, taking place in the zone of proximal development, the sweet spot between what you can do alone and what you can do with temporary support or scaffolding. To study like a constructivist, move away from memorization, instead study with peers, to debate concepts, ask why and how to uncover deeper meaning and apply ideas to real world problems. Try this. Choose a difficult concept and list what you already understand. Write down 3 questions that mark the edge of your knowledge, your personal proximal development, your zone of proximal development, and then find a slightly more advanced study partner to provide the scaffolding you need to cross that gap and shift your understanding. Constructionism, learning by making. Building on Piaget's and Vygotsky's Seymour Papert, constructionism adds one powerful rule. Learning becomes deepest when you build something shareable. We understand concepts best when we create a tangible artifact, like an object, a presentation, or a product that others can see, test, and critique. Constructionism, learning by making. Learning becomes deepest when you build something shareable. Instead of just forming knowledge in your head, you externalize it by creating a tangible artifact like an essay, a code, or a presentation. Building forces you to confront gaps in your knowledge, while sharing invites critical feedback, ensuring you remember what you make far better than what you simply read. To study like a constructionist, stop passively consuming information, turn your notes into active products, design your own practice exam questions, create flashcard decks, or explain concepts aloud. Try this. Take your most recent topic and turn it into a shareable artifact, such as a one page visual summary or a 5 question quiz. Share it with at least one person for feedback and notice exactly which gaps the making process revealed to you. Humanism, learning as self actualization. Humanism places the whole person, their emotions, autonomy, and values at the center of learning, viewing it as a deeply personal journey towards self actualization. Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs reminds us that anxiety, hunger, or low self worth block education. Effective learning cannot happen until our survival, safety, and belonging needs are met. Carl Rogers built on this with his core conditions of learning, proving that students thrive when they experience empathy, authenticity, and the unconditional safety to take intellectual risks. Ultimately, humanism shows that true learning requires emotional security and total self direction. To study like a humanist, prioritize your well being alongside your academics, establish a psychologically safe study environment where mistakes are treated as valuable data, set personal learning goals, and connect your studies directly to your core values. Try this. Map your current study habits against Maslow's hierarchy to identify if any neglected basic needs like sleep or rest are blocking your learning. Then write a one sentence personal why statement connecting your current course to your deeper life goals, using it to fuel your internal motivation. Motivation and engagement, the engine of learning. Richard Ryan and Edward Deci developed self-determination theory, which proves that intrinsic motivation only flourishes when three core needs are met: autonomy, which is control over your learning; competence, feeling capable of progress; and relatedness, connecting with others. Complementing this, Carol Dweck Carol Dweck's growth mindset shows that rephrasing "I can't do this" to "I can't do this yet" changes how we learn. By shifting from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, we embrace challenges and praise effort over innate ability, unlocking the ultimate engine of learning. To sustain your motivation, actively design these principles into your routine. Protect your autonomy by owning your goals, set micro targets to trigger small wins that build competence, and shift from isolating study habits to collaborative environments that feed your need for connection. Try this. Rate your current study motivation from 1 to 10 across autonomy, competence, and relatedness, and take one specific action to boost your lowest score this week. This presentation covered 6 unique learning theories. I presented each theory and the founder of each theory and key ideas and practical tips how to apply these theories in your studies. Thank you for watching my presentation. If you want to learn more about learning theories, check out my website with courses to develop your soft skills to boost your employability. Thank you and bye.